Hi guys, this is Snehal from the Blue Circle Diabetes Foundation, and we are back with the part 2 of the Linx CGM series. Here I'll be sharing with you all my experience using the sensor so far. It's been 12 days I've been on the Linx CGM sensor, and we'll talk about the pros and the cons. So I think the first thing that you notice about the sensor is the size of it. It's very tiny, so I think it becomes very convenient and comfortable because you cannot even feel that there's something on your arm. The second thing is like it's a CGM, like a continuous glucose monitoring system, wherein you don't have to scan using your mobile app or any reader or device. You directly get your readings from Bluetooth. It is Bluetooth enabled, so you directly, as long as your Bluetooth connection is on, your readings will pass on to the mobile app. Next thing is the accuracy. I definitely felt the accuracy is amazing. Most of the times it completely matched my glucometer readings. I have been cross-checking the glucometer reading with the sensor reading, and the most difference that I found is usually plus or minus 10 to 15 mgdl. So that's amazing. There's also a follow feature where you can add up to 20 followers. So it's amazing for parents who want to keep a track of their kids' blood sugars, and they can get the readings on their mobile phone as well. And the next amazing feature is the alert feature. So you can set a threshold, your high blood sugar and your low blood sugar, and once you cross any of these thresholds, it will give you an alarm and vibration of your mobile phone. So for the alert feature, there's also another option called as urgent low blood sugar reading, which is I think by default set to 54 mgdl. So if your blood sugar goes, anytime it goes below 54, I think it gives you a louder notification and a louder alarm. So I think even if you're sleeping, you will be made aware that your blood sugars are falling. That you can generate some reports, and there's also an option to calibrate and record your glucometer reading. I'll show you more on that in a little bit when I do a screen recording of the app. We'll talk about the cons as well. First con, I think definitely the price is on the little bit higher side if we compare it with the Libre Pro. The second thing is because it is Bluetooth enabled, so I did notice higher battery consumption. So I need to charge my phone a bit more often than previously I used to do. A couple of other things to remember is the brochure that comes with the sensor. It specifically says that the sensor is for people who are 18 plus years old, but we have a lot of people in the community who have been using it for their children as well, and it is working fine. So that is one thing you have to take note of. The second thing is you have to ensure that you do not wear it for any CT scan or MRI scans. That is another thing. It also mentions that you can swim with it for some time, but you cannot be swimming underwater, like under 1 meter of water for more than 30 minutes. So if you're planning to do scuba diving or deep dives, that is one thing you have supposed to you should remember. The last thing I read in the FAQ document is that in case your sensor fails to pair with the Bluetooth, they say that you're supposed to keep the applicator on the sensor for a couple of seconds, and there's magnet in the applicator which will help to reset the Bluetooth of the sensor. So I think you cannot throw this away. You need to keep it in case your pairing fails. So I think this is also one thing to keep in mind.
So let's take a look at what all features the Linx app has. Once you click on the Linx app, you reach the home screen wherein you can see your current blood sugar readings here. It also shows you arrows which will predict the near future blood sugar reading. Right now the arrow is straight, that means it's stable. It gives you the number of days which are remaining, the last reading which was taken. You can also see the graph either in 6 hour, 12 hour or 24 hours duration. Before heading to the other features, let's just take a look at your account here. This is where you can see the share and follow feature of it. I have shared it with my sister currently. You can add more followers from here. You can see the sensor number, you can define the BG unit. It's also compatible with a watch. I haven't tried it yet. And then some permissions that we talked about in the previous video. Now, once you go back to the home screen, at the bottom, you can see history here, which gives you an everyday account of how your blood sugars have been. It gives you the time in high, range, and the time in low. Then there's a trends option, which gives you your estimated HbA1c, again through the time that you have put the sensor on, how your readings have been, the time which is spent in high, normal, and low. Then so there are some reports that you can generate as well. Then there's this option for calibrate and record your glucometer readings. So here you can see that there's this option to mark the period when you're doing the glucometer reading. It can be, random or before meals, after meals, like that. So there's this option. If you just want to simply record a reading, you can just input a reading here. And if you want to calibrate in case there's a large difference in the sensor versus the glucometer reading, you can use the calibrate option also. I'll show you how the calibrate option looks once you do an input on the graph. So basically, I did a calibration yesterday, and here you can see it, if you just move the line here, it gives you a calibration which was recorded. So that is one thing, you can either record or you can calibrate. And there's this event option where you can keep a note of your diet, exercise, other medications, insulin, and anything else that you want to take a note of. So yes, that's how the Linx app looks like, and you can take a understanding of your graph, and I think it's quite user friendly and easy to understand as well. So let us know how your experience is.